Hello everyone and welcome to the AceJimL8 podcast. I'm Jim and I'm doing this solo, meaning this video will somehow get more views. And I'm doing quite a tier list of every Shrek and Puss in Boots filmed ranked. So without further ado, let's get right into this. Life is short, have a cookie. Anyway, we're gonna rank all of the Shrek movies and the Puss in Boots films and get started now. Shrek 1, I liked it. I don't think it's the best in the Shrek franchise, but if you're gonna put anything right at the dead center of the franchise, you gotta do the first one, because it was a really good movie at its time, and it set the standard of what Shrek movies were going to be going forward. I know that Ace has not seen the Shrek movie, the first Shrek movie, and I think it's probably the only one he hasn't seen. And I plan on fixing that at some point in the future. I can't say when, but at some point, you know? Anyway, yeah. Shrek 2. Much better improvement over the original. You know, same opinions that everyone else on the internet has. Shrek 2 is just what some people say Shrek 2 is what Shrek 1 should have been. I still say that Shrek 1's a solid start, and Shrek 2 is just better. It probably has a probably more appealing plot line too. I don't know, depends on your opinion. Moving forward, Shrek 3 was actually the first Shrek movie I ever saw. Yeah, Schaefer would have a fucking hernia with me for that, because some people say this is the worst Shrek movie because of just all the freaking kid jokes and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna, but because I have nostalgia bias on it, I'm just gonna say it's a little bit cringe, but not as bad as everyone makes it out to be. I'm not trying to say it's a great movie. I'm not trying to say it's the best in the franchise. I'm just saying that I didn't hate it, but mostly because again, that was my first Shrek movie, so you know, my standards were pretty low. You know, yeah. Again, not defending the movie, not saying that I'm right and you're wrong. I'm just saying this is my personal opinion, and I'm entirely blinded by nostalgia. So, yeah, that's my reasoning. Shrek 4, I did not watch Shrek 4, so I'm gonna put it in the why did they even make this? If only because I don't have a solid opinion on it. You know. I didn't see it, so I don't have an opinion. Same with the original Puss in Boots. Okay. With the first Puss in Boots, all I can say with that one is I'm glad they are making this and not a Shrek 5, because at that point, you know, I was kind of worn out on the franchise. It was becoming another one of those Hollywood would be like, okay, it's another week, time to make another Shrek movie, or another year, time for another Shrek movie. But it's like, no, we're gonna spin off into the Puss in Boots franchise. Like, okay, that's fine. I don't mind it if it's a spin-off, you know. You get a little tired of seeing like the freaking like Fast and the Furious movie every single year, but it was like the Hobbs and Shaw thing. It's like, okay, that's fine. I don't mind that. You know, sometimes just giving a bit, sometimes taking the same thing and putting a different face on it. It's like, we have 5 million Transformers movies. Here's a Bumblebee movie. I don't know. So I don't think that Shrek 4 and Puss in Boots are the worst. It's just I haven't seen them, so I just put them along because I have no opinion on them. I might check them out one day, but that day is not today. I've heard that the first Puss in Boots movie is good, or at least it's all right. So yeah, but otherwise I don't have much else to say on it. Just, you know, I don't have much else to say on other. Like, the closest I've seen is Shrek 4 is freaking Schaefer Ellis's review of it, and just like, I'm sure it's good. It's just I haven't seen it for myself, and that's not really fair. I can't really compare it based on someone's review of it. And Puss in Boots 2: The Last Wish is the best of them all, and I don't need to explain why, because you've all seen 5 million reviews of it and 5 million different interpretations and all the memes of it. I don't need to explain why it's the no shit answer, and you all know why. Because you've been on the internet. It's kind of taken it took over the internet for like a good while there too. Okay, it didn't take over the internet, but it got up there, and it's still kind of up there. I sometimes still get it in my feed. Oy. But yeah, that's my ranking of the Shrek movies and Puss in Boots. What's your rankings? Do you think there should be a Donkey movie franchise? God help us if there ever is. It's gonna be like the Cars 2 of the Shrek franchise. This is totally all legitimate to say, not because Shrek 5 is theorized to come forward after Puss in Boots 2. It's funny, back in 2010, 2011, I'm like, okay, thank goodness we're not getting a Shrek 5, and they're instead making a Puss in Boots spin-off. But then the end of Puss in Boots 2 is like, oh boy, they're making a Shrek 5. It's funny what happens in 10 years, am I right? Like, at the same time, it's like, I don't want a Shrek 5, but I kind of want a Shrek 5. Like, you know, like, if, okay, people be like, we don't want another Kung Fu Panda movie, but it's like, I don't know, if they do it in the animation style of Puss in Boots 2 and with the writing style of it, I'm okay with it. Like, you know, give me a How to Train Your Dragon 4. I don't care. Like, at the end of the day, as long as the writing is good, I do not care about if I've seen this 5 million times. You know? It's like superhero fatigue is it's what was the Razor Fist quote? It's like superhero fatigue is a thing, but also the fact that the movies are shit is also, it does help speed things up a bit. It's like, yeah, you can get a little tired of a franchise, but it's like, as long as the writing is good, you can push through that burnout. People were getting sick of comic book movies back around the time of Endgame, but we were right at the end point anyway, so it's like, okay, I can push through just a little bit longer, because it's only asking for a little bit more. But, yeah, you got some good movies, people can push through the burnout. Plus, we haven't had a lot of Shrek stuff lately, so it feels like every, like, 2 or 3 years, so you don't really mind it coming out then. Like, give people a little time to breathe, let them consume the product, give them time to breathe, and then come out with a new thing. Don't just be like, it's a day ending in Y, time for another thing to come out, because we gotta keep this franchise moving forward. No. Give things time to breathe, and then come out with a new thing. I know that's like the devil nowadays, patience, because everyone wants everything now, but that's what the world has to do. Plus, this is the age of the internet. Everything will keep everything online forever. So you don't need to do any marketing. Just let TikTok do everything for you, or YouTube Shorts, or whatever. They'll make all the memes, and you'll get all the free advertisement, and you don't need to lift a goddamn finger. But anyway, yeah, that's me ranking the Shrek and Puss in Boots films. So, that's less than 10 minutes of your life you're never getting back. No refunds. Bye.